Welcome. Thank you for joining us again as we are going to go through the episode 3 of the globalization. Today, we are going to talk more about how globalization works, why globalization, and what is good about globalization. And to the end, what's bad about globalization. Those are the topics we are going to cover today. So sit back and relax. Stay tuned. In simple terms, globalization is the process by which people and goods move easily across borders. Principally, it is an economic concept, the integration of markets, trade and investment, with the new barriers to slow the flow of products and services between nations. There is also a cultural element, as ideas and traditions are traded and assimilated. Why globalization? It increases the size of the global market and allows more and different goods to be produced and sold for cheaper prices. Brings about strategies and alternatives to reduce poverty. Provides business with a competitive advantage by allowing them to source raw material where they are inexpensive. Gives organizations the opportunity to take advantage of lower labor costs in developing countries while leveraging the technical expertise and experiences of more developed economies. It creates opportunities for job creation by opening new markets and facilitating the movement of labor. It also leads to higher standard of living, benefits us a global society not only in economic means, but in social, cultural, political, and environmental circumstances. What is good about globalization? That's the next question. Globalization has led to many millions of people being lifted out of poverty. For example, when a company like Starbucks buys coffee from farmers in Rwanda, it is providing livelihood and a benefit to their community as a whole. A multinational company presence overseas contributes to those local economies because the company will invest in local resources, produces and product and services. Socially responsible corporations may even invest in medical and educational facilities. Globalization has not only allowed nations to trade with each other, but also to cooperate with each other as never before. For example, take an example of the agreement Paris Climate Change, for instance, where 195 countries all agreed to work towards reducing their carbon emission for the greater global good. So the next question we are going to ask ourselves is, what is bad about globalization? While some areas have flourished, others have floundered as a job and commerce moved elsewhere. For example, steel companies in UK, once thrived, providing work for hundreds of thousands of people. But when China began producing cheaper steel plants in the UK closed down and thousands of jobs were lost. For example, in America, the same case. Every step forward in technology brings it new dangers. Computers have vastly improved our lives, but cybersecurity criminals steal millions of dollars a year. Global wealth has skyrocketed, but so many global warming. While many have been lifted out of poverty, not everyone has benefited. Many argue that globalization operates mostly in the interest of the richest countries, with the most of the world's collective profits flowing back to them into the pockets of those who already own the most. Although globalization is helping to create more wealth in developing countries, it is not helping to close the gap between the world's poorest and the richest nations, leaving charity. Basically, done wisely in the world of International Monetary Fund, globalization could lead to unparalleled peace and prosperity, done poorly to disaster. Globalization has profoundly reshaped the world, bringing both opportunities and challenges. On one hand, it has facilitated economic growth, cultural exchange, and technological advancement, creating more interconnected and interdependent global community. On the other hand, it has also led to significant disparities in wealth, culture, homogenization, and environmental concerns. The future of globalization will likely depend on how well the global community can address these challenges while continuing to harness the benefits. This includes promoting sustainable development, ensuring fair trade practices, and fostering cultural diversity. Ultimately, the goal should be to create more equitable and exclusive global society where the benefits of globalization are shared more broadly and its negative impacts are mitigated. For those who are in for globalization, it's your case that globalization creates more jobs, but those who are the opponent also have the case of those jobs shipped overseas becoming without a job. So there's always both sides. Next time, think about which side you choose. Thank you for listening and have a wonderful day.